Hi friends, this week we are gonna go through 20 crochet patterns that you can still crochet before this Christmas. I found 20 fun ideas and patterns that you could crochet with mostly one skein of yarn. These are fun and quick gifts that we can crochet for ourselves or for somebody that you want to gift if you are a gift knitter. If you like this kind of videos and if you love crocheting like I do, stay tuned. Hi and welcome to Taci Studio. I'm Taci. Welcome back if you have been here before. If you are new here, I am from Brazil and I live in the Pacific Northwest with my family and our dog Mel, and I love knitting and crocheting. I actually love a lot of different crafts, but knitting and crocheting are my favorite. And today I have found 20 patterns and a few bonus patterns for you to crochet before Christmas if you are a gift knitter, or for you to crochet for yourself. I think that you're going to love this, and I am going to divide this video into 4 categories. But before I start doing that, last week on my video about knitting patterns and ideas, I forgot to mention what I was wearing, so I do not want to do that today. And today I am wearing a shirt that I crocheted for myself. There's no pattern to this. I have just self-drafted that. Someday I might just write the recipe for you, but I have a brief recipe and information how to knit how to crochet this on one of my videos, and I will link that in the end of this video and on the notes on the show notes for you. So now, without further ado, let's go through the ideas that I have for you to crochet. And as I said, I am going to divide this video into 4 categories. I will have small scarves, hats, mittens, and some miscellaneous, like different little things that you can make for the house, or ornaments, and those will be all shared to you, including some free patterns. We're going to start with the first category, which are small scarves and shawls. And I am going to start with a beautiful shawl from Moan, which is from Crochet Object. She has a podcast that she changed the name to M Days, but on Ravelry she is still under Crochet Object. And I'm going to start with her granny stripe shawl. As you can see on the pictures, this shawl is absolutely gorgeous, and you could easily make it with some scraps that you have at home, your leftover yarn, and I think it would look glorious with whatever combination you can find. Moan made that with Ficolana, Arweta, and Hedgehog fiber socks. It is done in fingering weight, and it uses, and she recommends, a 3mm hook size. She recommends that you have between 273 to 328 yards of yarn, which makes 250 to 300 meters. And the sizes available are one size, but I am more than sure that you could make this and stop any size that you want. So you would have plenty of time to make even more than one before Christmas. The pattern was published in English and it costs $6 US, and I thought this to be a fabulous choice for a Christmas gift or for yourself. The next one is also by Crochet Object, And it's this beautiful M-Day scarf that Moan designed, and she designed it in fingering weight yarn, and it was published in September of this year, 2025, and she used a 3.5 millimeters needles hook. She also recommends that you have between 230 and 300 yards for these scarves, and this one she has in 2 different sizes. It is available in English, and it also costs $6. I think you have so many options and so many things that you can do for combinations to crochet this beautiful, beautiful scarf. The next one that I have as a suggestion for you is the Le Triangle Granny, which is also a shawl, but this one is in a triangle shape by Amy Gille from La Bien Aimée. She have this pattern in several different yarns, and this is one that I tested for Amy, and I have to say I used stash from my stash at home, and I think that you also again can make such beautiful combinations with this, and you can make as big or small. I made mine a little bit smaller, like a bandana, because that's what I was hoping for at the time, and I was super happy with it. The yarn weight she suggested is lace and lace together, held together, or a fingering weight, and she suggested to use the hook size 3.5 millimeter for this project, with using between 1203 to 1640 yards of yarn. I of course used a lot less because I made mine smaller, and you can do that also. The pattern is available right now in English, and it costs €6.90. Another fabulous pattern for you to use your starch yarn and to make fabulous combinations. The next one I found was from Toni Lipsy, and I also love her patterns. I think that she is a fabulous crocheter, and she has so many beautiful patterns, and this one is not an exception, and is the Bernie Scarf Trio. She has this crocheted in Lion brand Wool is DK, which is a very accessible yarn and very, very durable. You could, it's perfect for a gift because the recipient can wash that on the washer and dry if they want to. But I absolutely love and have used this yarn in so many different patterns, and I think it's again looks very beautiful on this scarf. This scarf comes in 3 different sizes: a kerchief, a scarf, and a shawl size. It's knit on DK yarn using a 4.5 millimeter hook. I think this would be a super quick gift that you can make, or you can make several for yourself for before this Christmas. It's available for $7.50, $7 US.50, and another fabulous find. I love making this kind of videos because then I find so many cool ideas for myself also. So some of those are included, and I am sure that I'll be able to finish some of those before Christmas also. So I will be with you working on some of these Christmas gifts. The next small scarf that I found is the One-Skein scarf by Olga Poltava. And this is a crochet scarf that I think looks very classic, very beautiful, and just a fabulous gift to give to anyone, including yourself. And it was just published in November of 2025. And it's the suggested yarn is the Premier Yarn Basics DK, and you could use any DK yarn that you even have already on your stash. The hook size is a 5 millimeter or an H hook, and uses between 300 to 306 yards of yarn, or 274 to 280 meters. And it's published in English, and this pattern costs only $1.99 US dollars. I am sure I am going to be making one of those this year. And the last pattern is the one that I told you I would try to include at least one free pattern on each category, and that's the Evergreen Mini Crochet Scarf by Sarah Stearns, and this is a free pattern on Ravelry. It was published in March of 2024. The designer knit that on Knit Picks Swish DK using a 4 millimeter needle, and she suggests about 123 yards or 112 meters of yarn for this scarf. The pattern is published in English using US terminology, and it is a free pattern. So with this free pattern, we finished our hats and scarf, our mini shawls and scarves category. For this category, I'm going to bring you 5 hats, 1 free hat pattern, and a bonus pattern for a little kerchief that is also free. So let's go and start with the first one, which is the bead stitch hat by Erica Dietz. And this was published in the 5 Little Monsters website and on Ravelry. And this pattern was published in January of 2018, but I feel that it's still so fashionable and so cute. It's still a very updated pattern that I would make for myself today. The suggested yarn for the pattern is the All Things You Essential Acrylic Tweeds, and she suggests that the yarn weight you could use is an Aran, or in some places considered the worsted weight. The hook size would be a 5.5 millimeter or an I hook. It's available just for an adult size in one size, and the pattern is available in English. The pattern costs $5 US, and I think that it would be a great addition to ideas for this year for you. The next one I think is absolutely gorgeous, and it has this beautiful cable pattern to it, and is the Snowy Wheat Stitch Puff Crochet Hat, and it's by Brianna K Designs. The hat was crocheted and published in October of 2024. And the suggested yarn for it is the Lion Brand Color Theory. And I absolutely love the color that she chose to make this one, actually the colors. And I think it is very classic and very elegant hat. It's knitted in the weight for the yarn, if I haven't mentioned yet, it's a worsted weight, and she suggests that you use a hook size 5 millimeter, which is an H hook, and the yardage is between 70 and 300 yards, because she has several different sizes available for this hat, ranging from a newborn to an adult large. This is a fabulous pattern that was published in English, and it costs $7.70. I think it's awesome, and it would be more than worth it paying for this pattern and being able to make this many different sizes of hat. The next pattern that I found as a suggestion for you is the Blossom hat, and is by the Crochet Village. This hat, it was just published now in September of this year, 2025, and it suggests that you use the Aran weight yarn, which I already mentioned. Sometimes for us that could also, you could get gauged with a worsted yarn, and she suggests a 5 millimeter and a 4.5 millimeter hook sizes, and the yardage is between 145 to 200 yards, or 133 to 183 meters. The pattern is published in English with also US terminology, and it costs $5. There's so many options that you could use to make this hat, with so many different yarns also. And I not sure if I mentioned, but this one was suggested to use Karen Blossom Cakes, which is a very good yarn for gifts, because again, the recipient could wash and dry, and you do not need to worry about that. So I think that's a really great option also. The next one that I will suggest to you is Hillside Beanie by Crochet Dreams. And this pattern was also just published in November of this year. And the suggested yarn is the Yarn Bee Easygoing, which is also an Aran worsted weight yarn. And it suggests that you use a hook size 4 millimeters, which is a G hook, and a 5 millimeter, which is an H hook. The yardage for this pattern suggests 220 to 320 yards, or 201 to 293 meters. And she has the sizes available between a baby size to an adult large. Again, a great variety of sizes. It's published in English, and it costs $3.99, $3.99. Next pattern that I have for you is the Wheat Stitch Beanie, again by Brianna K Designs, and I think that's another fabulous pattern that you have so many different options on, so many different yarns that you can use. And it is the yarn that she suggests is the Soho Playful, and the Hirschner's Supreme Worsted, and pardon my accent, I'm not sure if I pronounced that right, but I actually don't pronounce a lot of things the way you should, but that's why I'm excusing myself from that. The yarn weight suggested for that hat is the worsted weight, and the hook sizes are again the 4 millimeters, which is a G hook, or a 5 millimeter an H hook. The yardage range from 105 yards to 280 yards, or 96 to 256 meters, and it is crocheted on the sizes available from newborn to an adult large. Again, great variety of sizes. I loved that I found all these different patterns on a great variety range of sizes. The pattern is published in English, and it costs $7.70. Another beautiful choice for us for this year. Now, I am going to suggest and show you the free pattern that I found, which is the Lakeside Beanie by Chelly Plummer. And this pattern was published in August of 2018. It's made in worsted weight yarn, and she suggests the hook size of 5 millimeters. I think it's probably just one size, as it does not show different sizes on the Ravelry page, and it is published in English, with that being a free pattern suggestion for you. I love the rib on the brim of the hat, and I think it would be a super quick gift to make this year. The last suggestion for this category is the Beginner Crochet Granny Triangle Bandana by Heather Brooke. And isn't this an adorable, adorable pattern? The designer suggests that you use the Lion brand A Star is Born Oh Baby Organic for this pattern. She published in this pattern in November of 2021, and she suggests the hook size of 3.5 millimeters, or a size E hook. The pattern is published in English, and I believe that she gives you the, it's more like a recipe on the page with some information on the Ravelry page, but she also has it available when you click on the free link for this pattern. With that, I'm done with the hats and suggestions for you, and we're gonna go to the mittens, and I am excited to show you what I found. The first pattern that I found, Hygge, sorry, really hard for me to pronounce that, is Hygge Arrow Gloves, and it's by Raffaella Tassoni. And this pattern was published in November of 2021, and it's available in 3 different sizes. It's available as a full closed mitten, as a small fingerless mitten, and as a longer fingerless mitten. It's the suggested yarn for it is the Knit Picks Simply Alpaca Aran, and it's crocheted with a hook size of 4 millimeter, or a hook size G. and the yardage is between 109 and 125 yards, or 100 to 114 meters. It's available, as I said, small, medium, and large in English, and this pattern costs €4. I love the little motif, almost like a little cable on it, and it's very beautiful. And I think it would be a very utilitarian, and you almost get 3 patterns on 1 pattern. So that was a great choice. Also, the next pattern that I have for you is the Wanderlust Mittens, and is by Kirsten Holloway. This pattern was released in December of 2021, and it's a crochet pattern, crocheted with the suggested yarn of Lion brand Heartland. The yarn weight is an Aran weight, and it's crocheted with a size 4.0 millimeters, which is a size G, and uses about 190 to 240 yards, which is approximately 174 to 219 meters. This pattern is available on sizes small to extra large, which is fabulous, and that is written with US terminology in English, and it sells for $4. The next pattern, the Winter Wheat Stitch Flat Mittens, and it's also by Brianna K Designs, and it is a really pretty pattern again, but it's a full mitten this time, and it has a really cute, and I believe it's the same motif that she had on a different pattern before, and it was published in January of this year. This pattern was suggested to be knitted with the Hirschner's worsted or a Lion brand color theory, and it is a crochet with a 4 millimeters or a G hook, and with a 4.5 millimeter needles, and the yardage is approximately from 60 to 270 yards, as it is available on the sizes baby to an adult extra large. This is a fabulous yarn, a fabulous pattern that is written in the US terminology, and available in English for $7.70. The next free pattern that I have available as a suggestion for you today is the Quick and Easy Crochet Fingerless Gloves. I have made several similar to this one before, and I just do a self-drafted pattern. I will be publishing a video soon, so you can have that as a tutorial, but it's a super easy, fun pattern to make, and it is the designer is Heather Brook, and it was published in December of 2022. This is made with an Aran yarn, and the hook size is a 4 millimeter or size G hook. It's available also in US terminology, in English, and it's a free pattern on Ravelry. Super quick, super easy to make. It will be fun for you to be able to make before Christmas. Now we're gonna go on to the next and last category, which is our miscellaneous, where I'm going to include ornaments. We have a dishcloth, and we also have a couple coasters and a few other bonus things. And I am so excited to share this one with you now. The first thing we are going to look at is a pattern by Raffaella Tassoni, and is the ugly sweater ornament, which is not ugly at all. It's very, very cute. It was published in July of 2020, and it requires a hook size of 2.5 millimeters and 3.5 millimeters. It uses between 18 and 20 yards of yarn, or 16 and 18 meters to make each sweater, and it's available in English, and the pattern sells for €4. It is so fun, so cute, and I am sure it's a very quick pattern to make. And it would make such a cute ornament gift for you to bring as a hostess gift, or to give to someone, or even to put to decorate your gifts. And I think it's a super fun one to make. The next one that I wanted to bring for you today is the Christmas Ball Ornament 097 by Simply Made by Erin. This was published in October of last year, 2024, and the yarn that she suggests is the Bernard Maker, and it's crocheted with a hook size 8 millimeters or a size L, and the yardage that you need is between 30 to 50 yards, or 27 to 46 meters. The sizes available, it says that it has a small to fit an 8 centimeter or 3.5 inch clear glass or plastic Christmas ball ornament, or a large to fit a 10 centimeter or 3.94 inch glass or plastic Christmas ball ornament. So you can make in a couple different sizes. It's available in US terminology, with it being written in English, and for $5. I think this is also so cute, and would be so cute to actually fill your Christmas tree with them. The next one, I thought it was so charming and so colorful. It reminds me some of the ornaments in Brazil, and I think it's just really fun, and it would be a fun gift to give also, is the Jolly Bubble Christmas Tree by Carmen Heffernan. And this was crochet in the Shipji's stone washed yarn, which is a sport weight yarn, and with a 4 millimeter or size G hook, and it's available in US terminology, is published in English for €3.50. Aren't they super cute? Imagine making also a little garland with them. It would be so much fun. I also found some other Christmas trees if you prefer something a little bit more intricate, and to make them either on different colors or one color, and that is the Wispwood Tree by Julie Hart. This pattern was published in 2024. It is made with thread, very, very thin yarn, and it's made with a hook size of 1.75 millimeters. You need approximately 15 to 20 yards or 14 to 18 meters to make each tree. This tree pattern was published in US English terminology, and I am not sure, it was published in the winter in Wispwood and on Julia Hart's Ravelry store, and it sells for $6.50. So another very cute and very elegant pattern. I also have another one that now I actually have a very cute coasters that I thought it was very fun, and it's Gift Coasters, the name of the pattern, and it's made by Taciana, which is a very similar name to mine, since I tell you my name is Taci, but my full name is Taciana. And it is published in the Gift Mystery Make-Along by Lilia Born on Ravelry. This pattern was published in November of last year, 2024. You will need fingering weight yarn to make these coasters, and using a 3mm hook size, and you need approximately 60 to 66 yards to make this, which is about 55 to 60 meters to make each one of those coasters. And it's available only in one size, but since they are coasters, I think that it's fair to have one size. It's published in using US crochet terminology in English, and it costs $4 for this coasters pattern. The next one is going to be a free pattern again, and is the Sunrise Coasters. This is also a pattern by Tony Lipsy, and it was published in September of 2022, and the suggested yarn for this is the Lion Brand 24/7 cotton, which is a fabulous yarn that it lasts forever, and it is a worsted weight yarn, where to crochet this you will need the hook size 4.5 millimeters. It is written in US crochet terminology in English, and it is a free pattern, as I mentioned to you. The next thing I thought, it's also a free pattern, and I think it's so creative and fun, is the Granny Square book sleeve by Faye Leith. This is available on Faye's website, and but you'll find a link to on the Ravelry page, and it was published in July of 2025. Another pattern that you can use scrap yarn to make, and it would make any book lover love this gift. And it is made with Aran weight or worsted weight yarn, using the hook size 6mm or a G hook size. Is written in English and published with Crochet English US terminology, and it is a free pattern. Look how many free patterns are available out there for us to make all kinds of wonderful gifts. The next one is also free, and is the Spread the Dishcloth Joy by Catherine Richardson. This was published in August of 2018, and the suggested yarn for it was the Willow yarn Sudsy, and also the Hirschner's Heritage cotton. But I believe you could use any kind of cotton that meets the gauge. The hook size suggested was a 5mm or an age hook size. You need approximately 66 to 82 yards or 60 to 75 meters of yarn, and it is written in US terminology in English, and it is another fabulous free pattern on Ravelry. The last but not least idea that I wanted to give to you is also a free pattern by Bruna Biavati, and is the Succulent Plant Pot Coaster Set. This is so adorable, and I think that you could make the little pot to put the coasters, or you could buy a little tiny clay pot and put them in there. Either way, it would look so adorable. It is crocheted with sport weight yarn in the 3.5 millimeter or E hook and a 5 millimeter H hook. It is published with US crochet terminology in English, and it is another wonderful, fabulous free pattern. She also has a PDF available, which you would have to pay for it, but she has that on her blog, I believe, for free pattern. I think that this ends my idea. I have a bonus pattern for you. It's not a free one, but I thought it was worth mentioning because it's very cute, and I think it would make a really, really cute pattern project for you to make, but also a gift for you to give, and is the Weaver Mug Cozy by Janet Pippin. And this pattern was published this month in November of 2025. It was knit with Knit Picks Dishy, was also with the Lion brand 24/7, and some Hobby Lobby Love This Cotton. It is crocheted with worsted weight yarn in a 4 millimeter or a G hook, and it uses 35 to 40 yards, so 32 to 37 meters for each one of these cup cozies. Is written in English in US terminology, and the pattern costs $2.50 to $2.50. I think that's another one, and a fabulous gift. And I think with that I end the ideas and the patterns that I think that I wanted to share with you. Some of them I will for sure be making to give away this year, and some of them I will make probably throughout the year also, because I think it's such a fabulous collection. I will have a bundle on my Ravelry for you to check all of the patterns. I have some pictures here, but the link will be in my Ravelry bundle, and you can check all of them. If you have any suggestions, any other patterns or videos that you would like to share with us, I would love to hear from you on the comments. I also would like to thank everybody. I got some new subscribers and some new people that are here now with me. I was so happy that you all joined our little YouTube side of the corner of the YouTube, and I hope that you are knitting, crocheting, having fun, crafting, and doing what makes you happy. Until I see you again, stay healthy, my friend. Ciao.